Welcome to Vibes AI Restorative Audio. I want you to settle into your body for a moment, wherever you are, whatever you carry in this day, and let me ask you a question. How many times today have you picked up your phone without remembering deciding to do it? How many times has your thumb scrolled while your mind drifted somewhere else entirely? How many fragments of attention have slipped through your fingers like sand and left you wondering by the end of the day where the day went? This is the condition of the modern mind. Fragmented, hypervigilant, always on, always reaching, always one more swipe away from the rest. And your nervous system knows, even when you do not. Your body has been running a low-grade emergency state for hours, and you have been calling it normal. But today, that ends. Or at least, today begins the ending. So, doom scrolling. When you scroll, your brain enters a state of variable reward seeking. The same neural circuit that lit up in our ancestors when they foraged for food in unpredictable terrain is now firing every time you swipe up and a new image loads. Dopamine releases, cortisol releases, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of your deliberate thinking, begins to disengage. The amygdala lights up. Your body floods with chemistry of mild, sustained alarm. Hours of this, day after day. The result is a brain in a state of chronic hyperarousal that has forgotten how to rest. A nervous system stuck in sympathetic dominance. A mind that cannot find its own thoughts because there are too many other voices filling the space. The system was built to capture you, and it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. But sound is the way back. Here is what the science tells us and what every wisdom tradition has always known. The brain is malleable. It is shaped by what it receives. If you feed it fragmentation, it becomes fragmented. If you feed it coherent frequency, it becomes coherent. And sound is the most direct, most immediate, most efficient way to reach the nervous system. Faster than thought, older than language. Sound bypasses the cognitive defenses and speaks directly to the cells. When you immerse yourself in carefully designed frequency, the brain begins to entrain. It synchronizes. The chaotic firing pattern of an overstimulated mind starts to organize around the new rhythm. The cortisol drops, the vagus nerve activates, the prefrontal cortex comes back online, and coherence returns. This is the principle behind every track in this new album by Vibes AI. Doom Scroll Detox is a 7-track sonic protocol for the recovery of your attention, your nervous system, and your capacity for presence. Each track addresses a different aspect of the damage done by chronic digital overstimulation. Each track is designed to entrain a specific brainwave state, activate specific frequencies of healing, and return a specific function of the mind to its natural intelligence. Think of science here as a permission slip. It's permission to trust what your body has intuitively known forever. The magic is that you came back. The magic is that you chose in this moment to listen. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. There's a particular kind of exhaustion that comes from a day spent on screens, different from physical tiredness, and different from emotional grief. It's something more diffuse, something that lives behind the eyes, a feeling of having been everywhere and nowhere, of having absorbed everything and remembered absolutely nothing. You know this feeling. You've lived inside it. Perhaps you've reached the end of the day and you cannot recall what you actually did. Perhaps you sit down to read a book and find that after 3 pages you've read the same paragraph 4 times. Perhaps you crave silence and then panic when it arrives because silence has become the unfamiliar. The cost is real. The brain fog, the forgetting of names, the difficulty starting tasks, the flat exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to touch, the strange grief of having been distracted for so long that you lost the thread of your own life. And underneath all of it, the gentlest, most persistent voice, the voice that says, I want my mind back. What you are carrying lives on 3 layers of the biofield simultaneously. On the physical layer, your body holds the residue of every hour spent in shallow breathing, every micro-tension that's built up while you doom scroll past another headline, every spike of cortisol that never fully cleared. The body is holding it all. On the mental layer, the architecture of your thinking has been reshaped. The neural pathways that once supported deep focus have weakened. The pathways that support rapid task switching and shallow attention have strengthened, and your brain has become very good at the thing that you did not want it to become good at. On the emotional layer, you carry stuck energy, the accumulated charge of 1,000 small reactions to 1,000 small inputs, anger that had nowhere to go, sadness that scrolled past before you could feel it, hope that flashed and disappeared, all of it interpenetrating the body looking for a way out. But sound healing addresses all 3 at once. This is the gift of frequency. It does not ask you to think your way out. It works on the layers where the thinking stopped working. So there are 7 tracks on this album, and I want to walk you through them track by track, so that when you press play, you know exactly what is happening in your nervous system, and exactly when to reach for each frequency. These tracks share a foundation. Every single one is built on a 40 Hz gamma stimulation pulse. Gamma at 40 Hz is the frequency that MIT research has linked to microglial activation, the brain's housekeeping mechanism that clears cellular debris and supports neural synchronization. Think of it as a deep tissue massage for the brain itself. From that gamma foundation, each track builds something specific. Track 1. Auditory processing ease. When the world becomes too loud, when conversations feel like work, when you find yourself asking people to repeat themselves not because you cannot hear them, but because you cannot process them, this is the track that begins to repair the bridge. Auditory processing ease layers 40 Hz gamma with a rotating spectrum of frequencies across the auditory range. Low frequencies between 50 and 500 Hz, mid-frequencies between 500 and 2000 Hz, and high frequencies between 2000 and 8000 Hz. The brain experiences each band in sequence, and over time, the neural pathways responsible for sound discrimination and integration begin to strengthen. The instrumentation is intentional. Reach for this track when listening fatigue is real, when speech feels effortful, when the noise of the world has begun to feel like an assault rather than information. Anchored at the root chakra, it returns you to the ground from which clear listening becomes possible again. Track 2. ADHD reset. For the mind that races, for the mind that cannot find the door into the task, for the mind that has been called distracted for so long it has begun to believe the label rather than the truth underneath it. ADHD reset combines 40 Hz gamma with 72 Hz, 86 Hz, 174 Hz, 417 Hz, and 432 Hz. The 174 Hz acts as a grounding anchor, the foundational solfeggio frequency associated with the reduction of physical tension. The 417 Hz works on the clearing of the conditioned patterns. The 432 Hz, tuned to the natural harmonic series, brings the entire sonic field into resonance with the body's own preferred vibration. Crystal bowls, tuning forks, and binaural tones layer the frequencies. The result is a sonic architecture where gamma waves and alpha waves work in tandem. Gamma activates the neural pathways of focused attention, and alpha creates that calm receptivity that allows attention to land. The track anchors at the root and sacral chakras, the 2 energy centers that govern stability and the capacity to initiate. This is intentional. Attention regulation begins as a stability problem. When the body feels safe, the mind can focus. Reach for this when task initiation feels impossible, when your mind has been hijacked by the dopamine of the scroll and refuses to engage with the slower satisfactions of real work. Track 3. Brain fog breakthrough. There's a particular dullness that settles into the brain after too much input and too little integration. The thoughts feel coded. The clarity feels distant, and the mental energy that should be there is not. Brain fog breakthrough is a track that cuts through the veil. Built on the foundation of 32 Hz, 40 Hz, 55 Hz, and 23 Hz, this track operates in the beta and gamma brainwave ranges. Beta wave entrainment at 23 Hz is associated with active and alert states. The high gamma frequencies stack on top, creating a sonic environment that asks the brain to come back online and engage. The instrumentation is leaner. It's drums and crystal bowls. The drums provide rhythmic activation, the bowls provide harmonic warmth, and together they create movement and direction and exactly what a foggy mind needs to find its way back to clarity. Anchored at the root, this track works on the foundational principle that mental energy begins with embodied energy. You cannot think your way out of brain fog while disconnected from the body. The body has to come first. So reach for this track when you need to do the thing that your brain refuses to start, and when you've slept and feel slow, when the digital weight has dulled the edges of your mind and you need them sharp again. Track 4. Brain massage. Imagine if you could take your brain out, set it gently in warm water, and let every accumulated tension dissolve. This track is the closest thing to that experience. Brain massage layers 40 Hz gamma with 111 Hz, 417 Hz, 528 Hz. The 111 Hz is associated with cellular regeneration in what some researchers have called the holy frequency. The 417 Hz clears conditioned stress patterns, and the 528 Hz is the love frequency associated with cellular repair and the deepest form of cognitive restoration. What is happening neurologically is profound. The 40 Hz gamma stimulation activates the glymphatic system, the brain's overnight clearing crew that clears metabolic waste from neural tissue. The 528 Hz supports cellular repair at the deepest level. Crystal bowls, tuning forks, and binaural tones create a saturated sonic environment in which the brain stops doing and starts recovering. Anchored at the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra, this track addresses the 3 lower energy centers that hold the most physical and emotional residue from the digital world: stability, creativity, power. All 3 need restoration after a day spent giving them away to the algorithm. Reach for this track when mental fatigue has crossed into the realm of cognitive overload, when the only thing your brain can do is nothing, and you want that nothing to actually heal something. Track 5. Digital Detox. This is the title track of the album and the heart of the protocol, the frequency medicine designed specifically to break the cycle that the algorithm has built inside you. Digital Detox layers 40 Hz gamma with 400 Hz, 410 Hz, and the powerful 528 Hz. The interaction between 400 and 410 Hz creates a binaural beat that gently entrains the brain toward alpha, the brainwave state of relaxed, alert awareness. This is the state your nervous system has forgotten to find on its own. The harmonic architecture is built on 2 musical structures, the C-G interval, which is a perfect fifth, which causes the sphenoid bone to vibrate in harmonic patterns and stimulates the release of nitric oxide. Also used is the D-F-sharp-A triad. This integrates the brain hemispheres and supports clarity of consciousness. This track activates 6 of the 7 chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, and third eye. It is a full spectrum reset of the energy system that's been depleted by chronic digital input. What is happening underneath is the most important shift you can make. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focused, intentional thinking, is being asked to come back to the surface. The hyper-aroused state that doom scrolling produces is being countered with the alpha entrainment that the brain needs in order to integrate and rest. Reach for this track when screen time has fragmented you, when social media has left you feeling depleted in a way that's hard to name, when you want your attention back. Track 6, Neural Biotuning. This is the precision instrument of the album, the track that does what no app and what no productivity hack can do. It tunes the bioelectric field of the body itself. Neural biotuning works with 2 frequencies in dialogue, 40 Hz gamma and 7.84 Hz, the Schumann resonance, the fundamental electromagnetic frequency of the Earth itself. The conversation between these two creates a sonic environment in which the body remembers its own electrical intelligence. Here's what makes this track unusual. You essentially have 3 brains in your body: the cranial brain, the heart brain with its 40,000 sensory neurons, and the gut brain, the enteric nervous system that operates as its own intelligence center. These 3 communicate constantly through bioelectric signaling. Chronic digital overstimulation disrupts this communication and the 3 brains fall out of coherence. Neurobiotuning is designed to bring them back into resonance with each other. The harmonic richness of this track contains overtones across a full audible spectrum, and these overtones gently activate the auditory cortex while the underlying frequencies do their work on the bioelectric field. Anchored at the root chakra, the track produces gamma, theta, and alpha brainwave states in sequence, allowing the nervous system to move through a complete cycle of activation, restoration, and integration. Reach for this track when you feel off in a way that you cannot name, when the systems of your body are running but not communicating, when you need the most precise, science-informed recalibration the album offers. Track 7, Think and Breathe. This is the final track of the album, and the one that integrates everything else. The medicine of coherence between mind and breath. Think and Breathe layers 40 Hz gamma with 512 and 528 Hz. The 512 Hz is the high C of the Pythagorean harmonic spectrum associated with the synchronization of the brain hemispheres. The 528 Hz again brings cellular repair and the energy of unconditional love. The harmonic architecture uses 2 triads, the C-E-G major triad, the most stable and grounding of all harmonic structures, associated with head and brain function, with maintaining body temperature, with the regulation of the entire physical system, and the F-A-D triad, which creates harmonic warmth and supports both focus and intuitive flow. What makes this track unique is the use of therapeutic silence. Strategic intervals of pure quiet are woven between the frequency passages. This is intentional. Silence activates the default mode network, the brain associated with the deep integration, insight, and the kind of thinking that happens when you stop trying to think. Crystal bowls and tuning forks carry the audible portion, and the silences carry the rest. This track activates 6 chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, and third eye. It is the most comprehensive, energetic experience on the album, and it is designed to be the place where you land at the end of a long day, or a hard week, or a period of intense digital engagement. Reach for this track when Zoom fatigue has hollowed you out, when the relentless pace of information has you needing to slow down, when you want to remember how it feels to think clearly and breathe deeply at the same moment. So here's what I want you to know. This album is a protocol. It's also a permission to take your attention back, a permission to choose rest, a permission to remember that your mind belongs to you. So let me offer a few ways to live inside this music. The morning detox. Before you reach for your phone in the morning, reach for sound instead. Lie still for 10 minutes with neurobiotuning playing. The Schumann resonance will sync your body with the Earth's electromagnetic rhythm before the day's algorithms try to sync you with theirs. Then, before opening any app, take 3 breaths, place your hand on your heart, feel the beat. This heart has been with you since before there was a phone. It will be with you long after this day is done. The midday reset. Somewhere in the middle of your day, the fragmentation will hit. The eyes will burn, the thoughts will scatter, the body will feel slightly buzzing in a way that is not pleasant. This is the moment for brain fog breakthrough or ADHD reset. 5 minutes is enough. Put the phone face down, close your eyes, let the sound work. The beta and the gamma will bring you back online. If the moment is heavier than that, reach for brain massage and give yourself 15 minutes. Lie down if you can. The glymphatic system needs the position. Your brain will thank you for the maintenance. The hard conversation. If you have a meeting that will require deep listening, a conversation where someone needs you to actively hear them, an interview, a therapy session, a moment with a child who needs your full presence, prepare with auditory processing ease in the 30 minutes before. The auditory cortex will be ready. The patience will arrive. The evening return. Before sleep, the protocol calls for digital detox or think and breathe. Choose based on what kind of day it was. If the day was high stimulation, choose digital detox. Let the alpha entrainment do its work. The hyperarousal will release. The prefrontal cortex will come back online before bed so that sleep is restoration rather than collapse. If the day was emotional or full of difficult thinking, choose think and breathe. Let the silences carry you. The default mode network needs the space. Insights will arrive that the noisy mind could not access. The daily practice. If you only do one thing with this album, do this. Take 5 minutes a day, choose one track, sit in stillness with it, phone in another room, eyes closed if possible. 5 minutes a day, every day, will rewire your nervous system over the course of a month. The science of neuroplasticity is unequivocal. The brain becomes what it constantly does. Give it 5 minutes of coherent frequency every day, and it will become a brain capable of coherence. Some of these tracks contain binaural beats. The binaural effect, where the left ear receives one frequency and the right ear receives a slightly different one, requires headphones to work properly. The brain produces the entrainment frequencies by integrating the 2 inputs. If you can listen on headphones, the therapeutic effect is significantly stronger. When headphones are not possible, the tracks still work. Solfeggio frequencies, the harmonic intervals, the gamma stimulation all carry through speakers. You simply lose the binaural depth of the tracks. Before we close, sit with me for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Place your hand on your heart or on your belly, wherever your body asks to be held, and take a breath. Now hear what I'm about to say in the place inside you that's been waiting to be told. You came into this world with an intelligent body, a body that knew how to breathe before you knew how to think. A body that grew you from a single cell into the vast electromagnetic field you are now. A body that contains within it every frequency of the cosmos, organized as you. The algorithm did not give you anything. The algorithm only takes. What you are reclaiming when you press play on this album is the original frequency of your own life. The mind that thinks deeply because it has the space to. The attention that lands because it has been allowed to. The nervous system that rests because it remembers how. Every cell of your body is listening right now. Every neuron is capable of returning to coherence. Every thought is capable of becoming clear again. Every breath you take is a vote for the kind of mind you want to inhabit for the rest of your life. Choose coherence. Choose stillness. Choose the radical, quiet act of taking your attention back. Choose the path of nothing left behind, right where you are. Body on the earth, sound in the ears, breath moving through. This is the protocol. This is the medicine. This is the way home. You are the field. You are the frequency. You are the one who chose in this moment to come back. Doom Scroll Detox. The mind returned to itself. Become a Vibes AI Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts. Get ad-free, early access to our 30 and 60-minute sessions designed to boost your cognitive health. Try it out today with our 3-day free trial. Not on Apple Podcasts? No worries. Hit the link in our show notes and get in on the vibes.